Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to test your AWS CDK, like constructs what you want to test. So it's all about like it's a new way of testing your infrastructure because now your infrastructure is a code. So what you have to make sure your AWS CLI is configured, account is bootstrap, and you create a CDK project. So inside directory like test infra, so which I have created already. So this is the directory and I'm gonna share this code on the GitHub also, so you can refer the code. I'm gonna paste the link of GitHub repository in the video description. Okay, so what's the next? Then inside test folder you will have a test file by default created. So this is the folder, test folder, and you will have a test file, and this is created by default when you create a CDK project. So now coming to what kind of testing CDK supports. So it's generally support two type of testing. One is unit test and another is snapshot testing. So I would like to take you over here. So this is like AWS documentation which is showing there are two category of tests that you can write for CDK app. So fine grain assertion test. So this is like a sort of unit testing, and you can use it in your test driven development. You can see like this one is test driven. So and this resource has this property with this value. So it's just like whenever a cloud formation template is generated, then this like fine grain assertion is gonna check, okay, like S3 or any other AWS service has this property with this value. So those kind of testing you can do, and I'm gonna show you the example for that. So what it is saying about is like I have created these test cases. So in this test case, what we are doing, like we are trying to make sure if anyone is changing the code, the bucket name is not changed. So what we are doing here, like template dot has resource property. So for S3 bucket, the bucket name should be this one. So this is a test case we have created, and this is same thing this fine grain assertion test are supposed to achieve for you. Okay, now coming to the second type of testing, the snapshot testing. This is like, okay, when whatever is your cloud formation template generated, so it's going to compare it with the previous version of the cloud formation template and going to tell you like, is it a template? Like this is the changes, and do you want to accept it? So if you accept it, then it will be merged. Otherwise, it's gonna show you, okay, this is the change, and you can consider it error. So the main purpose of snapshot test is this one is written over here. Let you refactor freely, since you can be sure that refactor code work exactly the same way as the original. And this is the same thing it's saying, if the changes were intentional, you can accept a new baseline for future test. Okay, now let's see one by one how these two type of test cases can be written. So now we're gonna go on the next step, write a unit test case. So unit test cases I have written over here in this file. So first test case is like S3 bucket name is not changed. So I have created the app, then I have imported this infrastack. So infrastack is over here. So in your lib folder, so this stack I have imported. So this is a like stack for S3 I have created. So I have given like version is true, bucket name is this, block public access, enforce SSL. So all this property I have created a S3 bucket using this construct you can create, and then here in the test case file you are validating them. So bucket name is not changed, bucket public access is blocked. So this is the key thing over here, template dot has resource property. So and then you can put all these things over here, whichever thing you want to validate. And same is like for versioning configuration is enabled. So these are the three test cases I have created, and these are three unit test cases, and these are what we call is fine grain assertion test. And now if coming to the next test case, so which is snapshot test case. So what it is doing is it's just this one line is key over here. It's comparing your like newly generated template to the previous snapshot. So where it's gonna store the previous snapshot, so that question is very important. And here it's gonna create it under the test folder, it's gonna create a test snapshot file. So this is the file you can see, and this is like it's storing it again as a JSON template. So and this is how it's comparing with the previous version. So the main thing about snapshot, what you have to remember is don't forget to commit the snapshot directory to version control so that snapshot gets stored and versioned with your code. So if any other person who want to change the code, so he also need to pull down the snapshot into their local machine, and that's how then when you gonna run a gonna run the test cases, so that's how it will gonna compare it with the previous snapshot. So like multiple team members are working, so and to compare it with the previous version, so you have to check in the snapshot into your GitHub version control, whatever version control system you are using. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna look like. So if you to run all these test cases, so you have to run this command npm test, and then it's gonna show you. Let's see what's gonna happen. So you can see all the test cases are executed. S3 bucket name not changed, public access is blocked, versioning is enabled, and snapshot is matched. And now let's do one experiment. So if you change the bucket name to here, bucket name, just a minute, not this file, sorry. So we have to change in the main file. So let me change the bucket name to 2. So what's going to happen? Let's see. If I change the bucket name by mistake, or let's say if another team member intentionally want to change the bucket name, or by mistake, whatever. So our two test cases are failing at the moment. So first test case is bucket name is not changed. So this test case is failing. Then one thing also, snapshot is also still passing. So we have to make sure whenever we change, so we run this command npm run build. So we have to make sure like two test case should fail, snapshot also, and then the name one also. So if we run the test case again, snapshot test case should also fail because we have changed the bucket name. Yes. So now you can see two bucket names. So just go above. So this test case is failing already, so it was shown in previous few minutes back also as 3 bucket name. So this test case is failing, and then snapshot test case also is failing and it's showing. So this one we have removed and this is the new one. So you can see all these changes are impacted. So to make these test cases pass, so what we have to do, so let's say we want to accept that new bucket name. So we're gonna run it. This command is there which will accept the new changes, and in the test file what we have to do, so we have to make sure this is true also. So if we run the test case again, so snapshot one you can see already passed. So now we are running all the test cases and let's see how it's gonna go. Here you go, all the test cases are passed. So thank you so much. I'm gonna share the code link also, the GitHub repo link, and hope you might have gained some right and good information after looking at this video. Thank you so much.